that number to rise. Joining us now is General President of the International Association of Firefighters, Edward Kelly. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Anna.
Well, tell us what we're looking at. What's behind you? Tell us your story here.
Well, right now I'm standing in the living room of an LA City firefighter who lost everything while he was out on the fire lines battling that fire. And, you know, they were up against epic proportion winds, hurricane force winds, extremely low humidity. This fire raced through LA, along with the other fires that flared up.
It's important for us to not forget that these firefighters, they're local, right? I mean, this situation you're standing in right now, the rubble of this home that belonged to somebody who's out there battling the fire, this is happening to a lot of other people as well. How emotionally tough is that for a firefighter to, you know, go, okay, I'm going to take care of this, but really I also need to be taking care of this?
We know dozens of firefighters that have lost their homes, and it's difficult to be on a fire line and having your life in jeopardy and having to make split-second decisions, and also have in the back of your head that you hope that your family is making good decisions as well. You hope that they got the word to evacuate, that they were able to evacuate, that the highways were open enough for them to actually get away from the danger. And that's a difficult task.
In your experience and from what you hear from your firefighters, are there ever times where they're just so worn out and just so down about all of it that they just have to take a beat, take a moment and go, oh my gosh?
Well, our commanders know that they need to rotate the fire lines. But at the end of the day, when you're faced with life or death situations, you get really focused.
Yes.
And even though in the back of your mind you're worried about your family, you know you have to do the job that you faced in front of you.
Yeah,
and the job that they had was very difficult. Let me lay out a few facts for you, Anna.
Sure.
In LA City, they had more firefighters and more firehouses in the 1960s than they do today. In 2010, they eliminated 11 engine companies, 7 ladder companies, and 342 positions. They didn't hire for 6 years. They've never recovered for those failures at the city level.
Wow. I don't have those numbers in front of me, but from what you're saying, how has that impacted what's going on today?
It's a major issue. You couple that with the fact that there was no water in the hydrants. That's inexplicable. That's the equivalent of us sending an army to war with guns and tanks and no ammunition. So we need some answers there. But I will tell you this, these firefighters did an incredible job out here under extremely difficult conditions. They have a tough couple of days coming up where they have to try to get their arms around these hot spots right now, the fires that they're battling right now, get them contained. Because what I understand that the winds are going to pick up not only tonight, but specifically around the 14th.
Right, so they're working double time trying to get as much done as they can right now while they're able. Let's go ahead and listen to what a resident said about seeing his home burn to the ground. Listen to this.
It's hard seeing, you know, it's the material stuff, but all the memories we had here, you know, just like this guy right here in front of us, you know, we grew up here, we played ball here together, and now everything's gone.
What message would you like to convey to residents like these whose homes firefighters simply were unable to save? They did everything they could and they couldn't. And what would you say to them about their challenging situation?
LA is the city of angels. It will rise from the ashes. As long as they stick together as a community and maintain their community, they shall rise again.
Wow, beautifully said. Governor Gavin Newsom is now ordering an investigation into causes for that loss of water supply that you were talking about, also the water pressure in the city's water systems. Are you placing blame on his administration for this crisis, or is there another place we ought to be focusing our journalistic resources?
Wherever the blame lies, they own it. There's no reason we should be responding with our engines, with our equipment, tapping fire hydrants, and having no water in them. That's an epic failure of infrastructure. Yeah. Someone owes us an explanation.
Yeah, and we've got 11 people who have died and 13 missing, and those numbers could go up. General President of the International Association of Firefighters, Edward Kelly, thank you for all you do and what your firefighters are doing as well.
Thank you, Anna.